Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Josh. Welcome back to another toy review, and today we're here to take a look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem Raphael. And yeah, I know I've delayed this video like a heck of a lot, and I do want to apologize for that. Hopefully things should be up and running properly this time. I won't take like forever to put out a review. I think it's been like weeks since I've done my review for Leonardo, and of course just to kind of give you guys an idea of the lineup. Today I'm reviewing Raphael. Next is going to be Michelangelo, and then after that it'll be Donatello. Unfortunately, I still haven't found Splinter yet for some reason, but it'll happen one day. I mean, it'd be weird to review the Turtles and then not review Splinter. You know what I mean? And also, before I move on, I still haven't seen the new movie yet, unfortunately. I heard it was great. I mean, come on. I mean, who doesn't love Ninja Turtles? But I know for like this new incarnation, they do a lot of different stuff with them. So obviously, you kind of got that going on. So yeah, I'm just gonna jump right to the review, if you guys don't mind. And yeah, so of course, before I move, take a look at the figure. I like to show you guys like the card back, that they kind of come in when you see them in stores. Unfortunately, while I was trying to get ready for this review, I couldn't really find Raphael's or Michelangelo's for some reason, which is not great because, like I say, I'm gonna review him next. So yeah, I'm gonna try and see if I can really find it. So the ones that I have on me, I actually have a couple of them. I got the Making of a Ninja. That's the one with the Turtle Tot 2 packs, or well, yeah, I guess you could consider it a 2 pack, even though they're like really tiny, just to kind of give you guys an idea. Their designs, man. I mean, that's what makes this film unique. So I'm not gonna trash talk. I'll allow it. The movie's creative enough. But I still got Leo and Donnie's card back still, so that's good to kind of give you guys like an idea of like how it is when you see them in person, you know. And and I guess I can kind of show you guys this even if I don't have Raphael's specific card back anyway. Uh, Unfortunately, because like I like to kind of pause the video, so maybe if you want to read this if you wanted to, but and plus I do plan on reviewing more Ninja Turtle figures, so yeah. I mean, most of them I don't really have the card backs for anyway, especially some of the OGs, so just kind of keep that in mind. Because you guys know how I am with these reviews. I try to be at least, as professional as I can, And then, of course, you got the Nickelodeon logo, you got the Paramount logo, and then, of course, you got the Playmates Toys logo. And, it's Donnie, yeah, all that shit. So, yeah. Let's take a look at the figure before we take a look at the accessories, because obviously, with this whole premise of the film, the characters got like these kind of like nice little designs going on. They're somewhat unique, of course, going for a sort of cartoony outlook, and of course the art style, which somewhat resembles like the Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse type vibe. Although I don't really like to compare, the two, because I think the Ninja Turtles stand alone enough for its art style to be very unique, and it definitely shows with the characters because the artwork it succeeds for sure when it comes to this figure. It does really great, and of course the painting and sculpting is fantastic. I promptly don't really have much of a problem with it. Honestly, I was like complimenting the hell out of these figures during the last review when I was talking about Leonardo. Got the nice kind of shell going on, and despite, of course, the figure being like one tone color or whatever, like very simple colors, they're still nice enough. So that you have to kind of give it credit for. I really do like Raphael's face for sure. I like that they still kind of kept like that weird anger with them, even though he's like kind of sort of somewhat childish in a way. It's hard to really explain it because as we all know, in this new film, the actors for the turtles, they're like actual real teenagers and they're really young, so it's like the voices are much more lighter than what we're really used to. Of course, if I could try and zoom in with my camera, it says 2023, so you got the copyright, got all that. Got him from the side. I mean, and like the way he looks too, he's like a mix between like some muscle and kind of being a little bit on the chunky side. Because definitely we compare him to the other turtles. He does look somewhat different. Not as different as Mikey because he's very well known for having kind of the big head. I would do a comparison, but I kind of want to save that, like towards like the end, if that's okay with you guys, because trust me, I got plenty to compare, so it's all good. And of course, articulation, it's good, fantastic. He could move his wrist full 360. Head is on a ball joint. Move that far down. He can move up that far up. And yeah, of course, I'm gonna get his lovely size out of the way, only because they do get a little bit in the way when it comes to like movement and all that. Not necessarily a bad thing or anything. You can still kind of get him to do stuff. You can like, you can do whatever you want. You could make him run. Even like the feet too. They actually move around. But they kind of like not swivel, but you get the idea. They kind of like just move very basic left and right. No fancy like ball joints and all that. You got like the hole, so that way if you want to pose him around, put him somewhere. And luckily he stands up pretty good. I have not had any issues with them standing. I don't really see why you would, because he is pretty flat foot, and like I say, he is a bit of a chunky boy, so it's like I highly doubt he's gonna have too much trouble standing. I'm just gonna kind of move the camera down right there because I want to talk more about the detail. I like his belt, and like I mentioned with Leonardo, I wonder. Oh, and look at those scars. Like, wow. I love that. I guess it's also ironic too, because if you buy like the weird Walmart convention exclusives, even though you're paying a ridiculous amount of money for them, I know that they come with like a lot of like extra paint where you can see those details and all that. In case you're wondering, no, I don't plan on getting those because I'm pretty sure that that's exclusive only to their website. And yeah, I don't really like Walmart that much, especially after with what kind of happened today when I did my toy hunt. Pretty much after when I purchased my figures, and long story short, something went wrong with my cart, but that's I'll save that for maybe tomorrow. I don't know yet. Depends how I feel. And you can they even got like that kind of weird thing going on with his belt too. I can't really describe it. Reminds me of the Ghostbusters logo a little bit. I don't know why. And of course, you got the middle part, got the little pocket thing. Probably carrying his ninja stars, whatever. And then of course you got the little areas where you could kind of put his size in, which is great. And for the most part, they fit well, perfectly. Honestly, there's no issues. I'm putting it in the wrong way because I'm trying to focus on both the camera and the figure. So back to what I was saying, and I did mention this in the Leonardo review, that I wonder if the inspiration for the designs were like somewhat based off of the old toys, because I definitely sensed that a little bit, not by much, because I actually do have the classic Raphael with me right here. They're not exactly the same, obviously. I mean, of course not, but I thought I'd just kind of show you guys the comparison anyway. But I'm gonna save that more towards the end because I got a couple of Raphaels right here that I would like to kind of show off. Although I do warn you guys, I don't have every version of Raphael, unfortunately, but we'll do what we can. And lastly, I do want to talk about the nice little, well, do we really call it a bandana at this point? That's kind of a new thing they've been doing with Raphael now, where instead of like the usual bandana and showing a little bit of his head, now it's just like a full on like what, do rag. I I mean that's probably not what it's called, but that's kind of what it sort of reminds me of in a way. I don't know if that makes sense. And then of course you pose him around with his size, and honestly that looks good. Yeah, that looks really good. Honestly, these toys scream creativity. That's what I like a lot about them. And of course, the weapon is painted, which is very neat. Unlike the other accessories, but that's perfectly okay. There's nothing really wrong with that. Reminds me a little bit of like 2003 era Turtles, where their weapons were actually painted. So all right, that's good that Playmates up their game, especially after so many years. And he does look really cool. He definitely looks like he wants to smash things because that's kind of his favorite thing. For what I remember from the bio, they do mention that he loves to smash stuff. He could kind of stab. So that's great. So of course, without further ado, we gotta take a look at his accessories. And come on, don't make me take away that compliment. Perfect. All right, let's get right to it. So here we are. So the figure comes with 9 different accessories, and of course he also comes with the weapons racket, but I'll kind of explain that in a little bit. So he has like this weird I feel like I know that these weapons have a very specific name. I just can't remember at the top of my head. They're like sickle like, but not exactly. So those are very neat. He got the nice two little ninja stars, and I like how they're not really perfect. They're kind of like amateurish at best, but you can still see the nice little details of all the scratching, and of course, it's a great paint, so that's good. A nice little slice of pizza. It's unpainted, but that's okay. It's not the first time and won't be the last that we got nasty little flat pizza. Let me see. I want to show you guys those details. A little bit of the marbling of the gray plastic. Come on, Mr. Camera. Come on. Hold on. I got to do some magic right here. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm gonna have to. Am I gonna have to put my tripod down? Don't make me do that. I just got a brand new setup too, so this is not going well. Or maybe, I don't know. Just give us some space, I guess. Give us some space. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, alright, moving on. Alright, Ninja Star. A knife, which, Jesus, what is with these turtles and like knives? Come on now, Raphael, he's gonna stab someone. And of course it's a interesting looking knife for sure. And so Raphael, you're gonna have to get out of the way because the camera's focusing on you. I mean, I don't blame you guys. I guess. I mean, it is a pretty cool figure for the most part. For as basic as it is, for toys that cost $9.99, it's pretty good. I'm trying to zoom in on the knife just to kind of give you guys an idea. Look at the handlebar. You can see it's kind of messed up. It's all worn out, but it's it's good detailing. Yeah, you got a little hook if you want to hook it around. And of course, it comes with the little mutagen canister. Of course, this one is Smash. Oops. Of course, you guys see the little handle in case if you want him to hold it. I don't know why you would want to hold it, because as we all know, if you touch mutagen, bad stuff will happen to you. And of course, a little turtle. There you go. Like, this is pretty much the mutation, like before he basically turned. I like that his head is actually facing, a little certain direction, which I think it's cool. Kind of adds to the uniqueness, and of course helps to differentiate the turtles a little bit. He has a hole underneath, but honestly, I don't really know what for. And then lastly, there's the weapons racket that they all come with, but the only problem is that they're not all the same. They're actually all different. I don't think this one is his. I'm not sure. I still have Leo's, and of course, I only know that because I was actually smart enough to leave his accessories on, so that way I know which is which. I know that with Superfly, his is much more on the skinnier side. A little bit. You can't really tell now, but you'll definitely tell for sure. And this one's Warp, so I know that this one is Superfly's. And then of course we have Rocksteady's, which is that's just really pathetic. Like that's kind of small. This one I don't know. I don't remember if this one belongs to Bebop or Raph. But it is what it is. I thought I'd just kind of show you because I like that they brought that back for this incarnation of like the turtles and all that. And obviously, I'm not done showing you the accessory. I just wanted to kind of point out what they all come with. You'll see it like when you buy the figures and stuff. I don't think I really need to explain it too much. And of course, you can do whatever you want with the racket. You can like pretend that it's stuff that they can kind of bash and all that. They could just like use as test dummies, practice, all that. So that's cool. Again, that's good detailing. But obviously, I'm not just gonna show you guys the accessory and then end the video. Of course not. I want to see how he actually looks with the accessories. And of course, there's a couple of things I want to point out. So we're going to just kind of put that here. See what I mean when it kind of takes up a little bit of the space? His shoulders just kind of like shrugging right there. Honestly, it kind of gives you another reason to want to pose him around. Alrighty, there we go. Yeah, so I definitely want to talk about like these weird weapons that he got, those weird kind of hook things. He actually holds on to it perfectly. Because obviously, the handlebars are thick. And luckily, it doesn't mess up the grip to where he can't hold any of his other weapons. Maybe the knife to a certain point, but not to the point where it's very annoying. And the reason why I want to talk about this weapon so much is because, for sure, this one is definitely like a bit of a callback to the 2012 Ninja Turtles toy line. Because if you bought the original Raphael figure, And my camera wants to... Alright. I know, this review's long. We're almost done. If you bought the original Raphael figure from the 2012 toy line, he actually comes with a very, very similar weapon. So this is actually the one. See, pretty much it's not the exact same one, obviously, but they're very, very similar. In a sense that it's supposed to be the same weapon, but slightly different. And of course, the figure in question, I actually have him right here. This is the 2012 Raphael figure, and as we all know, it looks nothing like the 2012 animated counterpart, but that's okay because eventually they did fix that with this one, which looks more like the cartoon. But you get the point. So yeah, he basically came with this figure. He came with two of these. And of course, just to kind of give you guys an idea how it looks. I don't know if you want to do a sickle fight. I don't know. It's not a sickle. It's definitely it's beyond that. This is definitely not what it's called. I just don't know the actual name for it. But he does look really cool. Honestly, he looks so cool with these accessories. I kind of want to buy another one, just so that you could kind of pose him with this. Or if you want to give them to any other Raphaels, that's fine too. And of course, like I've mentioned, you got the whole knife thing, which, good lord, what is with these guys? Honestly, look at him. He's ready to murder somebody. He's all stabby. Oh my god. He holds it okay. Obviously, it's kind of a small handle, so he's not going to be able to kind of hold it as well. But it's still pretty good. It works. You just kind of got to fickle with it. And it does look pretty nice. You could like, and it's like, and ooh, that's pretty gruesome. Not gonna lie. Oh boy. I mean, I know I do toy reviews and stuff, but children really shouldn't be watching my videos. Especially when I do plan on bringing back my Doom gameplay and all that. And of course, you got the slice of pizza, which it's too skinny. It can't really, again. You can only do so much with it, but it's a fun accessory, so I can't complain. I gotta stop. Ninja stars work pretty well for the most part. You can put them on his thumb, and it works, for him to kind of carry. Obviously, if you want him to like, do some stuff with it, you can also put it in between his fingers if you wanted to, just so you could do some Shinobi action. I don't know if you guys ever played the original Shinobi arcade, but just to kind of get, like, you know what I mean? It's cool. And of course, the mutagen canister, which he can hold it, but at the same time, he can't really hold it. So I don't know. I don't know what's the point. Unless you want to do some weird stuff with it, or like, pose it like that, which I guess it kind of makes sense. And then of course you got the baby turtle, and then that's about it for sure for the accessories. When I think that's good. I definitely like his weapons a lot. His choice of weapons, so that's great. So of course, before I end the video, we're gonna do a comparison to some of the other Raphael figures throughout the years. And like I say, unfortunately, okay, I don't know why this set's falling down so much. I do not have every version of Raphael, unfortunately. So just kind of bear with me a little bit. And I do apologize, my camera's showing a little bit of the background. I don't like to do that, but it happens. So here he is compared to the classic OG Raphael figure. And honestly, I lied to you guys. It's not the original. This is the re-release that came out like in 2012 or 2013. The only reason I know that it's because the skin color is different. It's actually not supposed to be this kind of green. And I know it also says the year somewhere on his shell, if you kind of zoom in right here. So I was right. Okay, 2013 Viacom, so okay. And of course, we know that the peg holes are huge. And this is supposed to be more for like the Nickelodeon, TMNT series. Because the OG's peg holes were much more smaller than that, so I thought I'd just kind of show you guys. Just to get an idea. At least it's close enough to the original, even though it's not. And I already showed you the 2012 figure, obviously the basic Raphael, the very first figures that ever come out. And for the most part, it's pretty good. I got his extra weapons there. We're gonna put him right there. I like how they also kind of blend in with each other, despite how different they are. You got the Battle Shell Raphael from that same toy line. You know, he could open up the shell, reveal some stuff, so that's neat. Gonna put him there too, because why not? You know. Michael Bay turtles. Anyone remember those? Yeah, nobody remembers this. Only I do, and I'm ashamed to say I got both that one and the Out of the Shadows version. Yeah, yeah, I definitely plan on reviewing these guys at some point. I don't know when, but you know I will. And of course, I wanted to show them to you because you know they got the kind of weird thing going on with their heads and all that. With the you know the I don't want to keep calling it a bandana, but I don't want to call it a do rag either. So I guess it's whatever you guys kind of decide what's really the proper name for it. So I'm gonna set them both here, here, and then here, and then last but definitely not least, Raphael from Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the very short-lived incarnation of the Ninja Turtles that also premiered on Nickelodeon, which is a shame because I really thought that the show was actually getting more better, but you know, we all can't be winners. But I really do like this figure a lot. You know, this version, he doesn't have the size, he has the tonfas. And we got this mystical power type thing going on. And, you know, and of course he's supposed to be like a snapping turtle if I remember in this incarnation. But I'm not too sure. It's been a while since I've watched the cartoon. I can't help it. I mean, Nickelodeon barely gave it a chance. Yes, I am one of those TMNT fans that kind of ran on that the show didn't last as long as it should. Put some respect in its name. But this figure's good too. I love this figure, you know, and I highly suggest getting it for sure if you love Ninja Turtles in general or if you like the movies. Honestly, you know, my final score is 10 out of 10. Why? You know, accessories are good, you know, figure has some nice decent paint, articulation is great, and of course, best of all, he can actually hold his weapons because as you guys remember, I had to give Leonardo a 9 out of 10 because it's a good figure, but he cannot hold his damn swords, which is a shame. So I don't know. I hope that problem gets fixed somewhere down the line, but I don't know. I can't really promise that for sure, but it is what it is. So of course I'm gonna review Michelangelo next, so that's fantastic. Thank you guys for joining in. I know this review took such a long time to get out there, so I made this review nice and long for you guys to kind of indulge and listen to my very annoying voice. Yeah. So until then, leave a like and subscribe. You know, if you like, you know, reviews like this. I'll try not to take too long this time. I'll try to like maybe pump out another, you know, review somewhere this week. But you know, I don't know because college starts soon. I gotta focus on that. And of course, I got the kind of situation kind of going on for you know, my card. So yeah, I'll definitely talk about that too. So until then, see you guys next time. So peace out. Bye.